Heute bei Autofix Pro. Wie funktioniert die Mechatronik im Automatikgetriebe? The mechatronic from the 8-speed automatic transmission gearbox, 8 HP from ZF. Components. Structure. Function. The mechatronics of the ZF 8 HP transmission consist of the following subsystems. 1. E-module. 2. Hydraulic module with valve plate. HIS, hydraulic impulse accumulator. The E-module processes signals from the engine, transmission, and the rest of the vehicle. The E-module uses the input signals and the data stored in the transmission control unit to calculate the best gear and the control of the torque converter. It also calculates the optimum pressures for clutch control and the torque converter lockup clutch, TCLC. The E-module controls the solenoid valves and the pressure regulator. It also communicates with the engine control unit and other control units via the CAN data bus. The engine control unit is crucial for torque reduction during gear changes. The following components can be seen on the top of the E-module: transmission output speed sensor, transmission connector assembly, transmission control unit, TCU, sensor block, actuator box, and transmission input speed sensor. The electromagnetic valves are connected to the actuator box. The following components can be seen on the underside of the E-module: sensor block, TCU carrier plate, gearbox connector assembly, locking lever for the connector plug, actuator box. The following sensors are integrated in the sensor block: gearbox input and output speed, position sensor, depending on the version for the various gear stages, temperature, system pressure. Red indicates the location of the pressure channels to the respective components. Clockwise, to the radiator, from the radiator, cooling for brake B, parking lock safety device, brake B2, position pressure valve, torque converter lockup clutch, brake B1, clutch C, clutch E, brake A, clutch D. The mechatronics control the corresponding solenoid valves depending on the input signals and the stored characteristic maps. These regulate the system pressure, the converter bypass clutch, the control of the brakes and clutches, and the required cooling of the individual elements. The hydraulic control system is divided into 3 subsystems: oil supply, clutch control, converter system, lubrication, and cooling. Below, I explain an example of how brake A is operated in this transmission. For information on how the transmission works, watch my videos on my channel about the 8 horsepower from ZF. Thank you very much. This example explains how brake A is controlled. 2 different pressures are required for this function. 1. The reduced system pressure P-RED, which is used for the electronic pressure control valves. 2. The system pressure P-SYS, which is used for the hydraulic clutch and hold valves. The image shows the rest position when the electronic pressure control valve of brake A, EDSA, is not activated. The system requires 3 valves: the EDSA electronic pressure control valve, the KVA clutch valve, the HVA holding valve. The system pressure is applied to the input of the KVA. The reduced system pressure is applied to the input of the EDSA. Should the Brenzy A be closed? See the switching matrix for this. This is how the EDSA is controlled by the mechatronics. The pressure is controlled via the EDSA to the KVA and HVA depending on the control signal. As long as the EDS is not activated, the clutch valve KV is closed and the hold valve HV is open. If the EDS is partially activated for the shift operation, pressure is applied to the top of KV and HV. KV begins to open, while HV begins to close. The interaction of the 2 valves thus enables brake A to close smoothly. If the EDS controls the full pressure, HV is closed and KV is fully open. The full system pressure is applied to the piston of brake A, thus ensuring maximum brake contact pressure. Thanks for watching. See also my explainings for the 8-speed automatic gearbox from ZF on my YouTube channel. Would be nice. Thanks.